I've often been asked, what's the greatest WrestleMania moment ever?
First podcast on the mic.
Last one we did in the car on the iPhone.
Second total podcast.
Hey, you're 2 for 2.
Not that we've had people clamoring for another one. Cause,
Quite the contrary.
Yeah. People have actually went out their way to tell us not to do another one.
I saw it. I didn't listen
But
to it.
yeah, but we don't take negativity very well. You know, you tell us not to do something, that's when we really...
Precisely.
Yeah. So we're back with the second podcast. I'm Anthony Rising.
I'm Ryan Barber. Thanks for having me again, man.
I got no choice.
No, this time...
This time I got no choice. So we're here to tell you about... Well, the first podcast, we told you about our experience as extras in the Baywatch film.
I'm really hoping we don't catch a lawsuit for that.
Yeah, please. Paramount, if you need us to take it down, we will take it down. We will not fight you on that.
Gladly.
We will not fight you. But we're going to tell you our experience on how we got backstage at WrestleMania 30.
WrestleMania!
Wow.
2 Joe Schmoes with tickets not even on the floor got backstage to WrestleMania.
We did. So it took place in New Orleans. We won't tell them about all of our experiences in New Orleans, but we'll kind of fast forward. So we're walking in to the Silverdome.
We're walking into the Superdome. Hulk Hogan over here.
WrestleMania 30, right here in the Silverdome.
Classic mistake. We're walking into the Superdome. Still daylight out. First of all, one of the ushers tells us where we think we can get in faster.
Oh, before that, though, we did run into old boy on Bourbon Street.
Eva Marie's husband was on Bourbon Street.
He was. Don't do it. I know what he's going to say. It was an experience.
He
was amped up. Let's
just say he was amped up on Red Bull or something.
Yeah, pre-workout.
But he was cool. He gladly talked to us. It wasn't like he was a jerk or anything.
I didn't know that they were really married, and I asked him straight up. He showed them. He was pretty proud of that. We tried to get in with him. We were like, yo, where are you sitting? Remember? And he was like, we got the family tickets.
Yeah, we just got the family box suite or something like that. I don't know.
And we did run into Buddy in the lobby of the hotel. There were a lot of old school wrestlers.
We were staying at the Wyndham Hotel, and Greg the Hammer Valentine was in our hotel, which is pretty cool.
Yep, saw him in the lobby.
Which I don't even know why he would be there. I don't think he's affiliated with WWE anymore, unless he does some scouting or something.
Oh, so before WrestleMania, we went to... This is cool. We went to the... what's it, like the fan zone? What do they call that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So the fan experience. So this is just a prequel to getting backstage at WrestleMania 30. Yep. We're looking through all the merchandise, and we noticed that there's a curtain to actually go to the VIP access where you get to meet the wrestlers, sign autographs, get into a ring and all this. Yep. And after a while, we're like, should we just go in there? There's only one guy guarding this curtain.
You shall not pass!
Now, mind you, this is like in a big... like hall where I guess they have huge conferences and whatnot, and it's all
this is basically New Orleans Convention Center.
That's exactly what it is. So it's a convention center, and within that they have like a fan zone, and the main, well, I shouldn't say main, the first part of the fan zone is where anyone can go to buy merchandise, and they are buying merchandise. People were buying authentic replica belts. We thought about it, but it was hell of expensive. But anyway, inside the merchandise part where you can buy anything under the sun, although they did run out of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
There was an entrance to like the VIP section, as Andy suggested. So we thought to ourselves, yo, we could probably get back there. So what happens?
1 minute we're talking about it, and I guess this guy over here, I'm like pretending I'm looking through little trinkets and I'm gonna buy something, and we're just talking about it. I put my head up, and this guy's sliding through the curtain.
I saw my moment. I had to take it, man.
So whether or not I was gonna make it or not, he was going.
I'm going.
So then now I'm stuck in this predicament. Like, wow, what are the chances 2 guys slip back in the VIP? But I have to do it now. I mean, this is it.
And there it is. Lo and behold,
long story short,
The security got distracted.
I waited
turned
for
the
security to
corner.
get distracted. Somebody was asking a question. I walked in like I was
Like you
VIP.
belong, yep.
Next thing you know, we're in the VIP access. We're standing 5 feet from Mark Calloway, Undertaker. He's got his beanie on. We're hanging out. Your boy Swagger.
So people paid like hundreds of dollars.
Hundreds.
For like an
People from
authentic-
England, Australia.
all over. For a WWE urn. And anybody that knows Taker knows that the urn is kind of his symbolic thing. But they get their urn autographed by Taker, and you get to like shake his hand and meet him. But we didn't do any of that. We snuck in, and we're standing on the barricade, literally 20 feet. I'm looking at my
Yeah.
man. The downside, though, is that he wasn't the Undertaker.
No.
He was Mark, and he was dressed in like a white tee, big face watch on, a beanie.
Short hair,
Yeah, and
peach fuzz hair.
it was cool because it was really him, but it was not cool because it's like, yo, I wanted to see the character. Like, what's up? You're meeting people as you. I mean, on the one hand, it's cool. It's such a fine line today, like with social media and people, right? I mean, it's hard to blur that line anymore.
And the unlucky part was that we went in there and we're feeling great. Now we're back there. And 15, 20 minutes later, because we thought we had all day to be back there. We were taking our time looking at Undertaker. They had to clear the place out. They were having like an intermission before the next crowd of VIPs come in.
And people paid good money to be in the VIP section. But and your boy, we snuck back. We also got to not meet, but be pretty close to Jack Swagger. He's a pretty big guy.
Jack Swagger's pretty large. He looks like he's about 6'4", 6'5".
And who's his manager? He was there.
Your boy, Yosemite Sam.
Nah.
And we're sorry if you're one of the people that paid so much.
Yeah.
We were those guys.
Hey,
But now, that night,
that's right.
I'm thinking, what are we doing tonight? Let's try to go to the Hall of Fame. So we just go to the Tropical Smoothie Center, or the Smoothie King Center. Sorry. We go to the Smoothie King Center, and we just walk up to the window. Oh, here you go. Here's 2 tickets for like $30 a piece.
We were like, it's that easy? We thought that A, it was sold out, or B, we'd have to try to sneak in again in order to get into the Hall of Fame. Now, mind you, I really wanted to go because Razor Ramon was getting inducted.
Hey, yo.
Razor.
And the Warrior, right?
Yeah.
And-
2 of our favorites growing up.
Not to take away from Jake the Snake. DDP gave a good speech. Your boy, Mr. T.
Underneath the tough-talking persona is an old-fashioned mama's boy.
Oh, Mr. T.
But y'all saw that. We don't need to go into that. But, so here's the thing. So we get up to the window, and the lady, nice as can be, she's like, yeah, 2 for $30.
We're like, okay, we'll take them.
It wasn't 2 for $30. It was 30 a piece, I think. But we get in, and so now we're seated in pretty decent seats for not knowing in advance.
Yeah.
And over our shoulder, we can hear people discussing their ticket prices.
We're about halfway back, but only like 8 rows up. So we're right there. I mean, we're right there.
So bad.
There were people sitting next to us that said they paid like $125, $150 for their
Poor
tickets. And I'm
Here we are.
thinking,
You saw
I'm there complaining about how much the beer costs.
Now in this instance, we didn't sneak in. We just got lucky with seats available.
Yeah.
The thing that did suck, though, for anybody that was in attendance, you know that they had the screen on, the large, like, Trinitron or whatever, but they shut it off during the whole thing. You couldn't watch any of it, which was lame.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
But y'all saw the Hall of Fame that year. It was really cool, but that was our experience. We got to go. And then the next night, now we're back, and it's the
Now it's
the Superdome.
WrestleMania time. And we're walking up to the Superdome, and the line actually went faster than I thought to get in. But man, once we got in, it was a shit show.
Boy. Bottleneck City. You would have thought somebody special designed this building.
And we were with my dad, and my dad was pretty wasted already before the WrestleMania even started.
He's feeling good.
We chugged a few beers beforehand. He's in there. We can't even get to our seats. We're in like the tunnels.
It's literally roadblock. You're not.
You
going
can't move.
anywhere.
You can't move. If anything, you're getting squished like you're at the front stage of a concert and like everybody's pushing you.
And mind you, we're not anywhere near the entrance to where you would take your seat. We're like in the catwalk area where people were just walking around. Here was one of the reasons we found out later. People are taking photos in the middle of this thing, blocking, and I'm talking like the WWE photos with like the green screen and posing with your favorite wrestler. It pissed us off. Fortunately, Anthony and I are smaller guys, so we looked at one another and we're
I'm
like,
not that small, but for all
looked
you
at-
ladies out there.
Yeah, no. We looked at one another like, yo, we're going to do whatever we got to do to get there.
So we got behind a janitor or something that had like a trash can.
No, it was like a gurney. There was a cop.
Oh yeah. There was like a gurney, and we just like held on to the gurney and just followed them.
There was an accident.
But we
or a
left
fight.
my dad behind.
Yeah, I felt bad about it.
So now there's like small fights breaking out. People
was
are claustrophobic.
crazy.
People are getting
It's like
smashed
5
up.
minutes till start.
Then you got the people trying to get food and drinks in the lines that are also
Ridiculous. Don't get concessions. Not
basically we lose my dad. Now we get to the seats finally. We're talking like 45 minutes later. We finally get to our seats right before showtime. Don't know where my dad's at. I get a call and he's like, Anthony, he's like, hey, I'm down here on the floor. Look for me. I'm down here on the floor. I'm like, oh, I see you. He's like, I'm right here on the floor. And I'm like, cool. Are you going to stay down there? Basically, he stays down there for almost the whole WrestleMania. So I didn't even really get
floor seats, mind you.
No,
No,
he
we were
wasn't
up-
sitting. He wasn't sitting.
No, but he's down there. He let us know.
He's down there.
Our seats are, just to give you perspective, we were like alongside the stage to the right.
Stage right.
Up top though. So our seats weren't like the greatest, but we're in the building. And
When
it's
they first
WrestleMania.
come out, we can see them pretty well.
Exactly.
But to the
Once
ring
they get to
and
the ramp, boy, it's blur.
so we're sitting there and you know, to make things move a little faster, you had The Rock come out. That was pretty entertaining.
Huge.
A few okay matches. You get to the end and
You know Taker lost, and I'm a
Taker
fan.
loses. That
sucked.
was kind of my
That
dad
sucked.
was drunk and kind of mad at that.
So for those in the building, y'all know this. What y'all don't know that only saw it live is that when he initially lost, they threw up a graphic before the bell rings, and it's like, what was that? And it was like 21-1, and you're like, oh no. And then the lights come on, and then they ring the bell. It was like a huge confusing thing.
Yeah.
When you see those surprise looks on TV, it's not because people are in shock that he lost. It's like we're confused because they messed up like the whole finish. But
Yeah, something was messed up
sorry
there.
for that. I'm passionate about Taker.
So then, you know, Daniel Bryan wins the belt against Randy Orton, I believe.
That was
or-
big. He had to fight twice that night.
Yeah. And so now everybody's clearing out. And I'm thinking,
Confetti.
yeah, there's the
All
confetti, all that. Everybody's clearing out. I'm thinking, I'm going to soak this in. I'm going to
Yeah.
sit here.
Oh no, because it was so bad getting to our seats, we look at one another, we're like, bro, we're not in any rush.
Yeah, I'm not
to get
going
outta
out
here.
there.
Forget that.
So now we wait around. I don't know what made us go down there.
We
but
wanted it because we were so high, we wanted to get a closer look at the ring.
The
and so
ring.
we thought, yo, let's walk down and see. Now, mind you, as this is happening, one of the coolest things about the WWE is like the people behind the scenes that like make it happen as far as building the set and taking it down. They're like ants. And as soon as this thing ends and the lights go on and people are leaving, they're out there working. So
on to the next show.
I'm looking at because we're so far up, literally next to like the stage setup, that there are guys like taking down wires and doing things. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, man, I feel like if we were to have a conversation with these guys and just express our passion, we might be able to get in.
So we moved down there and, you know, we're just kind of looking around, looking at the workers, looking at the ring. They're telling people to move along, move along. You know, it's time to leave, whatever. But they're not really looking at us. They don't care about us. They're telling these people that are already on the floor it's time to go.
Yeah.
We're not on the floor. We're kind of on the ramp that goes up to the stairs.
So because our seats are up top and to the left, they're kind of along the railing that follows the kind of the stadium seating. And so we just do that. We walk along the railing, and when we get close, we notice there's an opening or like a gap in the railing where like the two meet. And
Very slim.
And we think to ourselves, bro, we could probably get through here. And I look at Anthony, and I just, for some reason, I just decide that I'm going to go through, forget security. I don't
Again.
care.
He does it to me again.
I did it. And I just go. And so as I go, I'm seeing the people that are moving big boxes. They're all wearing black and they have like hard hats on. And for some reason, I'm just compelled to like give them the head nod and say, what's up? As if I'm part of this. And they give it back to me. They're like, yo, what's up? And I just keep moving. And as I get through the curtain, it hits me. And I think to myself, holy shit.
Expected the Rocky Mountains to be a little rockier than this.
As I'm turning around, I think to myself, if Anthony's not with me, I have to go back and like leave with him. But as I turn, there's my guy texting on his phone as if he's belonging.
Playing
there,
it cool.
walking right alongside me.
Playing it cool. I snuck back, and we had another gentleman with us that's kind of a larger gentleman, and he couldn't fit through. But so I also had that predicament of, do I leave him?
It was a
And
small
I had to.
gap.
I was like, hey man, I'm out. I'm trying to fit through. Now I'm going through the workers, but I'm looking down at my phone, pretending like I'm somebody. I got a WrestleMania shirt on. I'm backwards hat. I'm just whatever. I get through the curtain. There's Ryan. Now we see at the very top of the ramp, right before you get back to like the tunnels and stuff, there's one guy with like an earpiece in. He's definitely security. Hey, we just kept it moving. Kept it moving. And this is where I think I'm pulling out my phone now. Now we're back here. I'm getting evidence that I'm backstage at WrestleMania 30.
Now, mind you, my opinion is contrary to Ant's. My thinking is, first of all, adrenaline is racing right now. We can't believe it. Like,
My
is this
heart
shit,
is pounding.
Is this shit happening?
It's like a dream come true.
We just did this.
The boyhood dream has come true.
And we don't know what's going to happen next. And so I'm thinking to myself, yo, act as if. Like, don't pull the phone out. Don't take the photos. In hindsight, I wish we would have had more evidence because that would have been cool to look at. But I'm glad we handled it the way we did because it's like, yo, we're back here. But if we act like we're supposed to be, then people won't question it.
So, crazy enough, the first person we roll up on
Time to play the game!
is Triple H. And just such an imposing, I wouldn't think he was that imposing, but just his face, he kind of looked mean. He had a black jumpsuit on. He was jacked up. He was like on a golf cart, getting off and on a golf cart.
Yep.
And
he had on a jumpsuit that I've like never seen before. It was so official and clean. But he is a monster. And I don't say that lightly. Like, dude is impressively large. And just, he looked angry. But
he looked angry like something went wrong during the, like, and he had to deal with it.
And somebody called him Paul, which was cool. So, and that's what made us look up. Somebody's like, hey, Paul. And we look up and he's there. And for those who don't know, that's Triple H's real name.
So we didn't just stop. We were like, we're just going to keep on moving. We walked by Triple H. He didn't say anything. I mean, he probably has bigger fish to fry than to worry about two guys walking back there. That's security's.
Well, kind of what happened was simultaneously a golf cart like pulls up. And on the golf cart is Randy Orton, still in his wrestling gear. And he's got this chick in his lap.
Who is now his wife, but at the time it was just like his girlfriend. And he just lost the belt, and it's funny because he's just living the dream. He's got this chick in his life. He's smiling. Yep. They're speeding by on a golf cart together.
They're making out on the cart. We figure they're going to the dressing room. Good for Randy. The next thing that happens is Triple H gets on a golf cart, and his hand like comes within 2 feet of Anthony and I, as far because he's got it like on the backrest of the armrest of the golf cart, and so it rolls over, and we look at each other, and we just, for whatever reason, we just follow the golf cart.
You figure follow the golf cart wherever he's going. That's where the other wrestlers are at.
And that's kind of what happened. So as we're walking behind this cart, it's going, and we're just kind of taking our time. We're seeing superstars, we're seeing divas, and it's all happening so quickly. And the next thing you know, we walk up on a group of people, and we just decide we're going to post up, like right in this area right before.
But we have tunnel vision. We're just looking for wrestlers, people we grew up watching, anything that has to do with the wrestlers.
Hoping to get in the locker room. I don't know. We don't know what to do. This was not premeditated. So we're just back there.
We're kind of posted up, leaning up against the wall, and there's like 7 or 8 people to our right, but we're not thinking they're nobodies. We think we're just whatever. All of a sudden, a woman says, "What are these two doing here?"
This woman in a business suit, super official, has an earpiece in. She turns around. She literally is like, "Who the hell are they? How did they get back here?" And we're like, "Oh no." We look at one another, try to play it cool. This other guy turns around, super. He's got like the WWE lapel pin, nice suit.
This guy was like Secret Service WWE.
Earpiece, and he goes straight into questioning. And when I tell you that Anthony played it so cool, I was like borderline nervous at this point. He starts asking us questions, and I'm shooting him like, listen. He's like, how'd you guys get back here? Who let you back? And we're like, listen, we don't want to get anybody in trouble. He's like, where are you staying? Doing the thing. Right on cue. Ant chimes in.
I'm like, the Hilton right out here, right outside the right outside the door over here.
Mind you, we are not staying at the Hilton.
I was like, we're staying right at that Hilton. We don't want to get our friend in trouble, exactly. But because we were acting like as if one of the wrestlers is one of our friends, right. And we got back because of them.
Our line was gonna be, listen, we're a family friend of one of the superstars, and they've allowed us to be back here. Mind you, we have on retro WWE WrestleMania shirts on, so it's not like something you can buy there.
And it's kind of my fault because I had a backwards hat on, a WrestleMania shirt, and then like gym pants. If I looked more official, even if I had the WrestleMania shirt on, but with my hair gelled and just jeans,
I was doing all right. I had the nice jeans on.
He was looking all right. It was me that probably...
That's all right, though. So as the guy is basically interrogating us, and we're nervous as hell, mind you, we're like, listen, man, we don't get anybody in trouble. We're happy to leave. We're on our way. This other little guy comes
Super dome security. Like...
in a yellow jacket. He's like, excuse me, sir, do you want me to escort them out? I'm happy to do that. For like brown nosing like a mug. And so the official guy is like, yeah, escort them out. But this guy makes a mistake. He takes us out the bus ramp exit.
To where all the wrestlers, he takes us out to where all the wrestlers are at, where they all leave to get on the bus to go back to the hotels.
Now, mind you, there is legit cop and authority out here, right? So there's police officers on the ramp, and so we know we can't act a fool or be on. We got to be on our P's and Q's. But we decide, let's just post up at the end of the ramp, see what happens.
He kicked us out of the building, but now we're on the ramp where they all walk out.
So homegirl, one of the divas walks out. I forget her name. Cameron, is it?
Not Naomi.
Yeah, the other one.
Yeah.
But she walks out, and for whatever reason, I'm like, hey, girl, hey. And she looks, and she's like, hey, and waves to both of us, gives us the big smile. And she gets on this bus. And I look, and there's like 28 superstars on this bus.
Just sitting on the bus.
Mind you, these aren't the headliners, but they're all working wrestlers.
Headliners usually have their own buses and their own
cars, drivers.
Lincoln Town cars.
But we're thinking, yo, we could sneak on this bus, but we've pushed the envelope.
We see Eva Marie, the Usos.
They're on there.
All them.
Jack Swagger was on there.
Swagger.
I think
Wade
Dolph.
Barrett. Wade Barrett was on there. We see all them, and we're just like, we're backstage at WrestleMania 30.
What's your boy's name that used to intro Buddy? You met him in Tampa.
Yeah, Ricardo.
Yeah.
Alberto Del Rey. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
He lived in Tampa. Yeah.
He was getting on the bus at the same time. I thought
He was
that
getting on the bus. So basically, two guys that just had regular admittance to WrestleMania.
General admission.
Got backstage at WrestleMania 30. We saw Triple H. We saw Randy Orton. We probably saw 10 other superstars. And we were back. And we had that. And it was right after WrestleMania 30. So it still had that buzz feel.
Oh, we were on
People
high.
were buzzed. The wrestlers were on highs. Everybody was just on that high. So we had that feeling that we thought we would never be able to get. So
couldn't believe it.
We don't want to say that you can sneak backstage at a WrestleMania if you
we
go.
don't condone that type of behavior, and understand that Ann and I are pretty special.
We didn't plan on doing it. Put it that way. We didn't go to WrestleMania thinking we were gonna sneak. It just happened organically.
Yep.
But it happened. So.
And the other thing that kind of upset me a little bit was after it all happened, Ant did take a short little video, and we did tweet Triple H, and he never showed us no love, man. I was always a little upset about that.
Come on, Paul.
So if you ever get the chance to hear this, man, show a little love, because certainly it was a moment we'll never forget.
I still have the video of us backstage in the halls.
You might have heard clips of it already.
Yeah, we might insert the clip of us backstage into this podcast. But
that was our WrestleMania 30 experience.
WrestleMania 30. One that we went to. We might go to the one this year in Dallas. Still might. But that's it. That was our WrestleMania 30 experience. Hopefully this inspires
a new generation.
Hopefully this inspires other WrestleMania goers to at least attempt it. He doesn't condone it. I say just try it. See what happens. But just don't put your if you get arrested, don't put it on us. And that's it. That's WrestleMania 30 in a nutshell.
Bring the bell.